features and functions of operating system. So basically an operating system performs four primary functions. First is it manages and controls the hardware connected to a computer. All the hardwares is managed by operating system. Next, it helps other programs running on a computer to use the hardware. How you can use it, that can be done through the help of operating system only. And next, it helps you organize and manage files and folders on the computer, like copying file or deleting file, anything. Same with the folders, you can do it. And last is your, it provides a user interface that allows you to interact with the hardware, the operating system itself, and other programs. So that kind of interface that is easily usable by the users, they can easily use it. Like the interface that you can see it right now is a user friendly interface, that is a GUI interface, graphical user interface, that is just one click away. You click it, you double click it, everything is easily accessible. So that is a user interface. These all things are provided by operating system. So an operating system basically controls how programs work with each other and how they interact with the computer hardware. It also creates the file system that determines how your data is stored within a storage device. The performance of an operating system depends on the number of bits that it can transfer at a time. We have already discussed about bits and bytes. One bit is equivalent to 8 bytes. So do remember this. So this is how our operating system works. So now let's talk about the various components of operating system. This is first one is your desktop. You all must be aware about it. Today's topic, mostly all the topics are something that you use every day while using your laptop or PCs. So it's just a proper definition that I'm going to give you today for all of these. So the first component is your desktop. So a desktop is something, it's a display area of Windows that contains the various objects one might find in the computer. It's more of like a welcome screen. So on the desktop of your computer, you may find following things. My computer or computer, it contains all the storage areas of your computer. Next is your recycle bin. It contains all the deleted content, what all things we have deleted, it goes to recycle bin. Next is your my network places or network. It contains your interconnected computers, if there are any. The information will be there under this option. And next we have my documents or documents. It contains a common area to store various types of files on the computer. You may find some more pictures on the desktop with self-explanatory labels. It's not only these are the famous ones that I have told you just now, but there are more also. Okay, and these all things are located on the desktop in the form of very tiny pictures. So all these pictures which you see on screen are known as your icons. Okay, and at the bottom of desktop you can see a bar that is termed as your taskbar, left side of which contains a start button and right side contains your system tray, and that contains date, time, active devices information. And the center of the taskbar may have some shortcuts and the applications that are open, active applications. And shortcuts are your direct links to help the user to start the application quickly. No need to go to the start button and search for the particular program. You can directly go to the shortcut and click it and open it. Okay, so shortcuts help you to open the link quickly, and it doesn't matter where that particular application or program is stored on the computer. That doesn't matter here. Okay, so next thing that you need to know is the area of desktop will perform an operation on left click of a mouse button. You can click on any shortcut or buttons to start an application or to perform the desired task. Okay, so do remember that you just have to click and then your program will start. Okay, so next is your start menu. Mm, Various options are there in start menu. Some common ones are your help and support. It provides documented form of basic help information, how to work on a computer, that is there. Next is search option is there. It helps you to search for an application or any kind of file. You just have to type the name of the application or the name of the file, and you will be able to get the result. Next is settings. It is used to customize your computer settings like display, hardware, software, gadgets, anything. These all options are there in settings. Next we have documents. It provides you quick links to all recent documents which were opened or modified recently on the computer. That option comes under your documents. You must have seen, if you click on it, on the right hand side of the start menu only, you see a list of files, and all these files must have opened or modified recently. So all these files will be visible on that area. Okay, so next is your programs. Programs are there to display a submenu with a list of various applications available on the computer to work on, and start menu also gives you an option to log off or shut down or turn off your computer. These all options are also there. So, and these options may vary from version to version and from operating system to different operating system. Okay, but you can easily identify them as you will find mostly similar names for them, whether it's different operating system also. Okay, so next is in your my computer or computer, we'll be talking about drives over here. There are different drives, as you can see. So these are basically your secondary storage devices. Okay, these drives are represented in the form of various alphabets from A to Z. For example, your C drive normally represents your first hard disk present in your system. D drive may represent the second hard disk, like that, and A and B drives normally represent your floppy drives, and last alphabets are normally used to represent network drives. Okay, so all these drives are available in your my computer or computer area, as you can see all the drives over here as an example. Okay, so next is, let's talk about the data. The data on computer can be organized in files and folders. So files are basically your immediate container of the content that you have created by using any application or any program. So that is file. Okay, so like for example, take the example of Notepad. You have created a text file, that is report.txt. You must be aware about the file extension of Notepad, that is .txt, means text. So it contains report of a particular program organized in your school. So you might create another text file, say lesson1.txt. Okay, and it contains a list of assignments to be given in a class. And using Paint tool, you might create a file, say mycreation.bmp. BMP stands for bitmap. Okay, and this file extension is used for image files. So you have created a file in Paint and you have named it as mycreation.bmp. So all these are known as your files. So when you have many files loaded or stored on the computer, you would like them to be organized in separate groups to manage your files easily, right? So you can create folders on computer to represent these groups of files, where each folder can hold any number of files or subfolders. For example, you can create a folder as movies with subfolders as Hindi and English to contain Hindi movie files and English movie files respectively, and you may create a folder with name academics with subfolders as schoolwork, homework and downloaded resources to hold related files. So this is how files and folders work in operating system. Now some important features of operating system that we should know, that is, first one is it provides a user interface Many OS provides visual elements such as your icons, menus to help you interact with the computer, and you can use a mouse to select icons and issue commands. For example, you can double click a file to open it with the appropriate program. These all things come under your user interface to make user access computer easily. Okay, that is the motto of user interface, friendly user interface that OS provides. Next is provides utilities to configure your system, that is a GUI, that is graphical user interface based operating system, provides easy to use utilities to help you configure your computer. These utilities are basically small programs that help you perform some specific functions. For example, connecting to a network, managing resources, or adding new programs to your computer. These all things come under your utilities. Okay. Next is helps manage computer resources. An operating system helps manage your hardware. Programs communicate with the operating system to work with the required hardware, such as your CPU, to complete the required task. This is done with the help of operating system. And next is your it helps secure data by controlling user access to a computer. So security purpose is also there in operating system. An operating system allows you to secure your data. It helps you specify authentication and authorization rights to control access to your computer and its resources. What is authentication? It is the process by which the computer system validates a user's logon information. So only specific user will be able to log in the details, not everyone. So an operating system can help you create a username and password for that, so that only those users who know the username and password can access the resources on your computer, not all. It is not open to all. Only the authorized users are allowed. And in addition, you can associate specific permissions to each username. This is called authorization. For example, you can prevent users from printing documents from your computer. These all examples come under your authorization. Like this specific username has this authority on this specific document. This is how it goes. Okay, so this is all about your features and functions of operating system, and we are done with this topic.